to the Just a Bit Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Bertazoid Townsend. This is a special episode. It's the end of 2018, and it's the end of another great year of podcasting. We just finished up the holiday season, and we got some awesome things for Christmas.
Yes.
And so I thought it would be a good idea to bring on our kids, because Christmas is like the time for family and spending time with your family, and we did a lot of that. We went to a lot of different family functions, and we were talking, and the kids really wanted to be on the show, and so I talked to Ryan about it, and we decided we would dedicate a show to interviewing our kids about what they got for Christmas.
I like horror games.
You're just going to jump straight into it, huh?
Yep.
All right, give me a second before we get into that, Katie. I have a couple announcements to make. First, I would like to say thank you all for an excellent 2018. We have a lot of big expectations going into 2019, I guess. Another announcement, I just recently did a collaborative review of Parasite Eve on the original PlayStation with JJ from Game Room Revival on YouTube. It turned out great. I was really happy to see that up there, and JJ put a lot of time and work into making a really good video. So if you guys are interested in checking us out over on his channel, please go do that. It's Game Room Revival on YouTube, and give him a sub. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. My first interviewee
is your second oldest daughter who likes video games, especially horror.
There you go. Take it away, Katie. This is Katie. Katie is super pumped to be on the show. She's been on once before, but now she's get to talk about a few games that she got. So
yeah,
to get things started, what did you get for Christmas, like gaming related?
Well, for Christmas, I got a Steam gift card, so what I used for it, I got Stardew Valley because I've been hearing about it and watched something about it and wanted to get it. Mm-hmm. So far, it's a great game.
Stardew Valley is notoriously a great game. I've never played it, neither of you, so I thought it was kind of cool to pick that one up. I thought you might get a ton of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, it's actually...
Was it a good suggestion, or were you already thinking about it, or was it...
I had thought about it for a while. So, when I saw it, that was my first idea for a non-horror related video game.
Yeah.
Especially me, I like to play pixelated games.
Yeah.
It's
you attracted to that old style?
It's definitely way more than just farming. You can interact with NPCs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are some points where I don't even spend time on the farm. I literally just walk into town and I spend an entire day talking to the NPCs.
Wow. So it's kind of like a social, it's a social interaction game with NPCs, more or less.
Yeah. Also, there's like this little side thing. If you don't want to talk to NPCs or if you don't want to work on the farm, you can go into an abandoned mine and get some ores.
Oh, so there's like a dungeon exploring, I guess.
Yeah, and there are little monsters like slimes and bugs.
I didn't know that game had any of that. I thought it was just strictly like a farm simulator.
Yeah, that's what I thought until I started exploring the map more because I was on a quest to find the library and museum, and I found out the hard way that they're both combined together. It took me like a couple in-game days to find that out.
Wow, that's awesome.
I would say about an in-game week.
So the game is fully fleshed out. There's a lot to do from the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I barely tried it out. I didn't get too far, but it's, for me, playing a game on the PC is not ideal because I have a job where I'm on a computer all day long. So last thing I really want to do when I get home is sit on a computer again. So I'm more the couch gamer playing on the console.
I don't like consoles. I've always been a fan of PC games.
Why's that?
I don't know. It's just I've always been used to the controls, and console games have always kind of not have the same feel I've had for PC games.
So you feel like you have more control on a PC game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. Do you think that the game variety is different? Like the styles of games are different on PC?
Yes.
Because, I mean, Stardew Valley's on everything, but I feel like that game might be a little bit easier to play with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
What are the other games that you picked up?
I tried Finding Bigfoot. The first time I played, I was on edge because I had played my other horror game I got for Christmas, The Forest.
Yeah.
It's a really great game. I love it. It's fun and a great survival horror. Ever since I got it, my sister Libby and we could not get off of it. We cannot,
Why?
literally.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's just so fun of the idea that you're on this island. It's fun that the idea of being on an island, trapped on an island full of cannibals that other people have been on before you, is kind of an interesting topic.
Yeah?
And building bases, also, there's these mutants. So it's not all just cannibals. There's mutants and stuff like that.
So there's monsters there. What is the goal of the game? What are you just trying to survive?
The goal of the game is to try to get off the island with your son.
Oh, okay.
Because you're at the beginning of the game, you are on a plane crash.
Yeah.
And the plane crashed because of this experiment that was going on. And so there's this guy who turned into a cannibal, and he covered himself in red paint to blend in with the others. He took your son to revive his daughter.
Oh, wow.
Because scientists...
So he's like an evil mad scientist.
Yeah, but he ended up dying. Also, his daughter died.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 endings to the game. One,
you're telling the endings. You can't tell the endings.
Yeah, but there's 2 endings. One's a bad ending and one's a good ending. In my opinion, they're both bad endings.
Yeah. Well, so you're on this island. Are you trying to get off the island? Well, I guess you said that. You're trying to get off the island, but
yeah.
You're also trying to...
find your son.
Okay, but when I saw you play it, you're building huts and...
Yeah, you have to build...
wood.
You have to build bases to stay safe from the cannibals.
So these aren't permanent bases. These are just temporary bases, and so you can
They're permanent if the cannibals don't destroy it. I found that out.
So when you build a base, this is basically your safe haven, and then during the day you go out and try to find your son. Is that right?
Yeah, during the day you go out, and normally most people who play the game, they explore caves or look for cannibal huts for loot.
Okay. So the game looked pretty scary to me. Do you think it's a scary game with those mutants and
Yeah,
cannibals?
there are sometimes I've screamed.
Okay. Well, on top of that, what do you use to protect yourself from them?
Well, at the beginning of the game, when the plane crashes, there is a girl, there's a flight attendant who had something stuck in there. They had what the game calls it is a basic axe that went inside her head. So basically what you're supposed to do is you pick it up, and there are these suitcases that you're supposed to break open for the starting loot. You get sodas, alcohol.
Yeah.
You get candy bars. I suggest you save them for the caves because there you're going to really need it.
Do they replenish your health?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your hunger.
Okay. So it's one of those survival games where you gotta take care of your health and your hunger and your thirst. And
yeah, there has been some times where I almost died of hunger.
Oh, man. See, games like that aren't fun to me because I don't want to micromanage my character.
It's fun to me because, in my opinion, it makes the game a little more alive and a little more point to playing it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, whenever you are building your fort and everything, you're chopping down wood and you're building walls around your fort, and you can build your fort up off the ground, which seems to be like a good idea.
Yeah, my favorite thing. The first thing I do when I get on the game is I open up I open up all the suitcases I can find. And I really suggest getting cloth and medicine.
Okay.
Medicine heals you up all the way. So that's a huge yes. And cloth, you can make all types of stuff. You can attach cloth to some of your weapons and then use your lighter you have to light it on fire.
Make torches.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Also, cloth can make rope. 7 things of cloth makes rope. So if you're going to make a tree house, you're going to want that rope.
Okay. I also noticed that this game is online. Can you explain that to me?
Yes, it's online. You can play with friends, and I've made a couple friends on there.
Yeah.
Playing. Also, apparently I have taught a 16-year-old how to play that game. Yeah, I'm still proud of that.
So, people are coming in not knowing how to play it.
Yeah,
you already feel like the veteran.
I already feel like the pro player.
Yeah.
Because when I play the game, I feel like the pro because I know where a lot of the stuff is. I know where a lot of the caves are. If I land in the right spot.
So these other people that you're playing with, though, are they there also trying to find their son in their own game? And you guys are kind of just working together?
If you join the game at the same time the other person joins, then it's kind of cool because you will be sitting at one spot, and the spot where normally you will sit at if you host the game or play in solo, you can look over and you can actually see the other person like grab the book, the survival book for your son, Timmy. Yeah, I still can't get over the fact his name is Timmy, so I make fun of him a lot.
Why?
I go, yeah, at the beginning of the game, I played peaceful, and I found this little skull, so I named him Skull the Skull Timmy Butt. Okay. Since my son is named Timmy.
So why is it funny that his name is Timmy?
I don't know why. It's just, I can't get over the facts. Like, every time I mention Timmy, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to say Timmy.
So it's just the sound of the name, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So you also, how many people can you have within your multiplayer server?
You can have 8. I don't like having 8 anymore because I've gotten a lot of hackers.
I've got
one person who hacked to get a chainsaw and walk faster, and there was this one person who was doing a harmless hack, but I wanted to play it the real way.
Yeah, that's
he used a hack to build the things right away, but what's the fun in that?
Yeah, that's not fun at all.
Yeah.
The game is meant for surviving. If you're just hacking it to get whatever you want, then what's the point?
Yeah, that's why whenever I play multiplayer, I only make it a 2-person game. Okay.
So the people that are playing with you, though, are they... can they, like, fight you, or do you...
They can kill you.
Oh, okay.
I learned that the hard way, because this one guy accidentally chopped down a tree we had in our treehouse tree. And so then, I don't know why, but then he started destroying everything and tried to kill me. But luckily, I saved right before he started doing all of that. So
this isn't the game where if you die, you have to start all over then?
When you die, if you're playing multiplayer, then you get a choice to reset, or your teammate can come and heal you. Or you could hold E to reset the game.
Yeah.
So then if you're knocked down by cannibals, then basically it'll show them come after you and eat you. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not all bad. If you die, you respawn back at the plane. So you can, and it'll show a skull where you died, so you can walk over there and get your stuff back.
Can other people take it from you?
No.
Okay, well, that's cool. So then, yeah, like a lot of these survival games that I've played in the past, like, I played Daisy, what was it, Ark? I played Ark. There was another one that I played, but those survival games, usually when you die, you have to start over from scratch. And I think you can try to loot your body, and that's only if somebody else didn't already loot your body. And I also found that everywhere you go, there's people trying to kill you. So it's hard to team up with friendlies, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the forest, you have a choice, multiplayer or solo. So normally people join you, and almost all the people have joined me were super nice.
Okay, well, that's cool. It sounds like it's a good community of people to play with then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you like this. And this is called The Forest, and it's on Steam, right?
Yeah.
Is it early access, or is it full release?
No. Recently, this year, I'm pretty sure the full release was out.
All right, well, that's cool. There was one other game you got. What was that?
Two others. One Shot and Bigfoot.
And Bigfoot. You mentioned Bigfoot a little bit. What is Bigfoot?
Bigfoot is a game where you're this person and you're trying to find Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of people call it Finding Bigfoot. But the actual name of the game is just Bigfoot.
Okay, so and I also think it's based off of the TV show. Because it's had the company name that made the TV show. I don't remember who it was, like History Channel or something like that.
And so you walk into your starting area, and in the area that there is right now, it's Glacier Bay. So you walk into an abandoned study lab, and you pick up you pick up as much cameras as you can, and you get the max items of you can't. So normally what I do is I get the max items, walk around for a little bit, placing cameras. Mm-hmm. Then I go back to the base, look on the cameras. And I learned this the hard way. You're supposed to make sure...
You learn a lot of things the hard way.
Yeah, I learn a lot the hard way.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a good idea to place a camera at your base if you're staying there alone. Uh-huh. Because if you look at the camera, sometimes you can see Bigfoot walking towards you. I have screamed.
So
I've quit the game because of that.
Oh, really?
But it's funny, if you actually look at the way Bigfoot or the Yeti runs, it looks like a toddler.
Oh, really?
Looks like a toddler with a full diaper.
So he's not really scary at all. He just, when he jump scares you, that's when it's scary. So you seem to be attracted to these games that put you in the woods in a survival situation.
Yeah.
Be the gist of it. You like those tense moments that they
put you in.
Yeah. So you like being tense then? You like being always
on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. In the forest, every time I hear a noise,
you don't find that to be overwhelming at all?
No, it's actually for me, I'm weird. I actually find it's fun for me to be on the edge of my seat, and it's fun for me to have those little scares at me.
Okay.
It's gotten to the point to where I'm playing the forest. If I hear a deer moving or I'm hearing myself move, and I was just near Cannibal Hut, I'm like, I immediately look behind me and over.
You always play this game with headphones on, which also immerses you.
Since it's Turtle Beach, it's even worse because you can hear everything around you.
It's like surround sound.
Yeah.
So it's like...
so if you hear...
You like immersion in your games.
Yeah. Also, my favorite thing to do is kill one of the tribe leaders, get their weapons, and then kill the tribe leaders with their own weapon.
You're cruel.
Yes, I am.
All right, so tell me about One Shot.
One Shot, I haven't gotten too far into it because...
You've been playing the forest.
I'm stuck.
Oh, okay.
I'm stuck on what's supposed to be the easiest thing.
One Shot is what style of game is it?
It's a pixelated game where there's this girl named Nico, and she's supposed to be the messiah of this world that has a dying world that has lost a sun, and you're carrying around a light bulb, which is supposed to be the new sun. So, with the help of God, and someone said that you are supposed to be God you're supposed to be the God with Nico. That's the girl's name. So, with the help of God, which is supposed to be you, Nico can give the world the new sun.
Interesting.
And to the points where, some actions you do, Nico will, strengthen or worsen
So-
your bond with Nico.
So you explain this storyline. What is the gameplay like?
I don't know, since I can't even get past the starting room.
Okay. It's supposed to be like an RPG, right?
Yeah. This
Like a
is
side-scrolling or an overhead view?
I don't know what
haven't played
that
enough of it?
means because I don't look into games.
So, like, overhead is like an old school Zelda game where the camera is above you and you're walking around on the map. And
yeah, that's what
Okay.
one shot is.
all right, and then side scrolling is where you're on a 2D plane and you're just going from left to right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Sounds like you got your hands full with some games for Christmas.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I think you are. You've been pretty.
I think you
Stuck
should do I almost said Libby. I think you should do Libby next because I saw her exploring her first cannibal cave in the forest.
Okay.
Cannibal caves are weird and disturbing.
All right. Well, then let's get Libby in here.
Yes, I also told you to do Libby so I can take the forest.
So you can take the game from her. I see
Yeah.
how it is. All right. Well, Katie, thanks for joining me on this show. And
Yeah, as soon as you're done editing this video, I'm going to watch it.
okay, you can. It'll be up. I promise.
This is going to be my first Jabcast thing besides the first episode.
Thanks for sitting with me, Katie.
Okay.
We have the oldest,
Caroline.
Caroline. Hey, Caroline.
Hi.
I know you've been wanting to be on the show for a while,
Yes.
and you have never had your chance.
No.
I'm sorry. Now's your chance. So,
Yay! I'm so excited.
Caroline is she's not a big gamer, but there is one set of games that she loves to play.
Yeah. I really, 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 really like Pokemon. Pokemon.
So we played through what was the first Pokemon game you played through?
I think it was Pokemon X.
X.
That's the first game that I've played.
Yeah.
That's like the oldest game
I
so
remember
far that I've played.
I remember getting you a 3DS and a Pokemon game so we could play together, and was it X and Y?
I think so.
Okay. But then we got Sun and Moon after that.
Yeah. And then
And then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
And then Libby or Katie got Ultra Sun, right?
I think it was Katie that got Ultra Sun.
So Caroline is well versed in the Pokemon world since
Yes.
Pokemon X. She knows quite a few of the Pokemon. She plays or she draws Pokemon. I think she knows more about it at this point than I do, which is pretty crazy because I feel like I know quite a bit about
I'm
it.
not so good with the battle techniques, but
that's
I'm
true.
pretty good with like
The characters,
names, the names, their types.
Yeah.
Like Gyarados is like a dragon type, but Charizard isn't.
Look over there. There you
Hi.
go. You're looking at a fake camera over there.
Hi.
So
Hello. I don't know.
Caroline knows, like, if I don't know a Pokemon, she'll usually know who it is. But if she's in battle, she'll usually ask me, hey, what's weak against this type?
Yeah,
And I'll have
because
to
I'm
tell
not
her.
very good.
Or like, what was the last one you asked me? What's
it
strong
was
against like plant type or something?
No, I know
Grass
that one. That one's pretty easy. That's fire. I think it was water
Dark.
type.
It was dark type.
Oh yeah, dark type.
Yeah. And I had to tell her that psychic type is strong against dark type.
Yeah.
I know all
Or
that.
actually, that was the other way around. I was asking you was good against psychic.
Okay. So we help each other out in that sense. She likes to collect them. I like to collect them too, but I also like to battle them. So,
Yeah.
Well, you got a new Pokemon game for Christmas. What'd you get?
Yeah. I got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which is extremely fun.
Yeah.
It's like-
what's the significance of Let's Go Eevee though to you?
I just like how so it came with a little Pokeball thing that you can hold around.
But
The
Eevee is your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the
So,
significance I was looking
yeah.
for.
So there's a Pokeball that comes with the game where you can there in the game it came with a Mew, so we had to get that out of there.
Oh, that was a hassle. Because you didn't have your own Switch account. You're
No.
using my Switch, so I had to create a parent account or not a parent account, a child account. But what's weird about the Nintendo Switch is you have to pay them 50 cents to create an account. And I think that's their way to bypass like people creating fake accounts or something.
Oh yeah. So like,
but it's still weird. So anyway, we got you an account created so you could get your Mew. And
the cool thing is about the game is whenever you go to the save slot, there's an option called take your Pokemon out for a stroll.
Yeah.
And you get to pick what Pokemon you get to take out.
Yeah. And
depending on how long you take the Pokemon out to walk with, it'll gain experience and it'll get it'll get candies and such.
Oh yeah, because you use the candies to help buff up your Pokemon.
Yeah, there's like strengthening ones that help with attack and speed and defense, and then there's just the normal rare candy that level
you up. Yeah. So the Pokemon also kind of talks to you through the ball too.
Yeah, but I think it's only with the character that you get with the game, like Eevee. If you shake the ball, you can only hear Eevee. I tried with the Pikachu I got, and I can't hear it. But
Weird.
I think I was just kind of wondering if they would just play the normal, like, Pokemon cries that they would have. That would just be okay, but not making them sound anything. It just sounds like they're dead. Like, I get this Pokemon ball, and it's just a dead corpse inside of it, like...
Because you shook it too much.
It's like a fish. Ah.
Oh, well, that's fun. How far are you into the game?
I've got to Lavender Town, and Jesse and James took Cubone, and now I have to try to find them to take the Cubone back. Cause have you seen the episode of Pokemon where it's like it follows Red? And he gets to Lavender Town, and they're talking about how Team Rocket are horrible people, and they killed Cubone's mom.
Yeah.
So now she haunts the Pokemon Tower, like the graveyard for all the Pokemon. So now you have to get the Cubone back and show him that his mom is still there.
Doesn't the Cubone wear like
the skull of the mom, which is kind of creepy.
It's super morbid and things that you don't think about in Pokemon.
In Pokemon, there's like this one like coffin Pokemon that usually they keep in museums.
What's its name? Do you remember?
It was like something. I forgot his name.
But he's shaped like a coffin.
Yeah, and whenever robbers go inside to try to steal the Pokemon, it'll absorb. Like they mistaken it for a real like coffin, like an Egyptian coffin.
Yeah.
So it absorbs the person, and it turns them into their own personal zombie slave thing, like a mummy. And there's
I wouldn't want to have anything to do with that Pokemon.
No, and there's a sandcastle. Like when it first starts out, it can like eat kids, and then when it evolves, it can eat kids and Pokemon and adults.
See, these are things like, okay, I've been a big fan of Pokemon for a long time now. I love playing the games. I love collecting the Pokemon, and it scratches that collector itch that I have.
Yeah.
But there's a darker side to these Pokemon that I'd never heard before. But Caroline was gracious enough to educate me on all of these things that she's learned.
Yes, I have.
And I think the Cubone one was one of the most, like, no, really?
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's like Cubone. I've known Cubone, like, forever.
He looks like a cute little Kangaskhan.
What were the other ones? Wasn't there another one that you told me about, and I can't remember now? Any of them. Just something that you thought was kind of weird.
There's one that I personally like is called a Bayonet.
Yeah.
And
it's a ghost type, right?
It's a ghost type. And how it starts off is a normal children's toy, a doll.
Yeah.
And whenever the child abandons it, it's usually like their favorite, you know. And whenever the bayonet is like abandoned, I think a restless spirit for revenge abducts the doll's body. Mm-hmm. And it searches for the child for revenge, and you don't know anything after that. It just stops there. You're like, does he kill it? What?
What's going on?
What's going on?
So did you know, I guess I've told you, but were you aware that Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu were kind of remakes of the original Pokemon games?
I mean, I heard you talking about it in the car once, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I can play like a remastered version of the old games.
Basically, yeah. I thought that was awesome because I played through those games a few times, and, you know, I remember certain things about them, and going back and watching you play this, and I played a little bit of it myself, but hearing all of those old songs kind of remastered again,
cool.
And seeing some of the towns and some of the gym leaders that you fought, like I fought against Brock, which I thought was cool, and they modeled him. I totally
demolished him with a Bellsprout.
He was easy.
Like this giant onyx.
With the whip that goes
Spider-Man.
I'm surprised you had a Bellsprout. I still have I beat him with oh man. What's the one before Bellsprout?
Pidgey.
Oh no, it is Bellsprout. Yeah. I'm sorry. Bellsprout evolves into Victory Bell.
Yeah.
And Victory Bell evolves into some other one. Oh my gosh, now I gotta look it up. I just sat there and said that we know everything about Pokemon, and we don't.
Well, typity type. Oh, that reminds me. So I was kind of thinking about, like, since I was on Instagram, I found something out about, like, something called Inktober, and it's like an artist challenge where for the whole month of October you're supposed to use a pen to draw stuff.
Yeah.
So I went online and tried to find, like, these other, like, artist challenges. So I found one. It was, like, a geek one. And there's, like, all types of cool ones, like, draw your favorite Pokemon, you as a trainer, your favorite, like, art, what's it called? Show character or book character. And so basically for each day, you look at the thing. So if you're, like, on day 21, you look at challenge 21 and you do that, you draw that, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Wow, that's cool.
So which one?
Looking forward to seeing it.
I don't
Bellsprout evolves into Weeping Bell. Weeping Bell evolves into Victory Bell.
You just skipped one, like,
yeah.
Whoopsh.
They're so similar looking. Like, Weeping Bell might as well be, well, I guess he's different enough.
Yeah.
Victory Bell looks like an evil plant with teeth. Like, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with that one.
I forgot what the Pokemon, like, the plant is based off of. It's like a thing, a tube.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like a Venus flytrap, but it's not. It's a different kind.
Yeah, the fly would, like, fall into there, and he can't get out. And then
they have water sitting down in there, so it'll drown.
Yeah, and I think that's the, like, digestive acids inside of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So creepy. So if you get eaten by those, don't expect to get out of there alive.
No.
Or at least with an arm or leg.
I also thought it was funny you were asking me the other day, hey, how do I get past the Snorlax in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you need a Pokeflute. I remembered that.
Wow.
I don't remember how you got the Pokeflute.
But I would typically think that the Pokeflute would, like, make it fall asleep, because these flutes kind of sound soothing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Or unless you like those those YouTubers where they just get real close into the microphone and they just go on the thing. I was about to grab my phone and play, like, Pokemon, but played on a recorder really horribly, right up into the thing, and will go, "Wake up!" No.
So tell me about how you catch Pokemon in this game.
So in this game, it's like Pokemon Go, but on the TV and on the Switch.
Right.
So you have the Pokeball or you have the Switch controller. And whenever you encounter a Pokemon, you don't have to fight it. You can either throw berries at it and then throw the Pokeball at it. So, like, it's like that kind of thing on your game or mobile device. Pokemon Go. So that's why it's called Let's Go Eevee, I think.
Yeah. Which I think is a pretty cool way to do it. Because I was never a big fan of having to weaken the Pokemon before I catch them.
Yeah, those were kind of boring.
It made sense it made sense for like legendary Pokemon to kind of weaken them because you don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
So it added another layer of strategy to it. But for the basic Pokemon that you encounter all the time, it kind of got tiresome. You don't really gain much experience from beating them anyway. So I would typically either just one-shot them or run away.
Yeah.
And just to get it over quickly.
Yeah.
And when you battle actual trainers, that's when you get all your experience. But in this one,
There are like trainers everywhere, and after you've beat one, there's like another one. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, and that's
so that kind of replaces the Pokemon battle thing.
There was also a lot of trainers in the other games too, though. But what's cool about this one is you can actually see the Pokemon in the grass this time.
So you can choose if you want to fight that one, which is very helpful.
Or you can just run away if you don't want to fight anybody. And actually, you're not fighting them; you're catching them. So the goal of the game really is to catch them all. I mean, you level up your other Pokemon by catching the Pokemon that are in the grass.
Yeah.
And it's cool because, like, say, like, you don't want to catch any more Weeping Bells or something. You want to catch that Pikachu, and you're looking for that Pikachu. This is what I was doing. It's like, where's that Pikachu? And you had to help me find him. And then finally we heard the Pikachu. You could hear them first. Yeah. And then you walk over towards the grass. You could see them walking around through the grass. And so you encounter them on your own. And you can pick and choose your battles, which I think is awesome. It's a great kind of evolution. But you take your Pokeball and you kind of push the button and you throw it. Physically throw it. Or if you don't have a Pokeball,
you have the controller.
You use the controller.
Switch.
Yeah, it's the the Joy-Con.
Yeah, the Joy-Con. Yes.
But you only use one Joy-Con. You don't use two Joy-Cons.
No.
So the way they want you to do it is use that one Joy-Con and move around the joystick to move your character, and then press on the joystick is like your action button. And it's the same way on the Pokeball. You just press down on it.
Yeah.
And then you use a cancel button, which is the B button on the Joy-Con. And I guess there's a cancel button on the Pokeball.
Yeah, it's on top. It's kind of hidden.
So they designed this game to be basically a one-handed game, which I thought was kind of cool, but you don't really need the other buttons, so why even have them there? But when you put it in handheld mode, then you actually do play it like you would play any other game where...
Like on your 3DS.
Yeah, right. I kind of like playing it both ways. I thought I would prefer playing it in Switch mode more, but the game is so beautiful to look at that I actually enjoy playing it on the TV one-handed. You can just recline on the couch and have your controller and just
eating some Doritos. Like, oh, I found one.
One hand in the Dorito bag, the other one play the game.
You can use your like non-dominant hand so you don't have to get Cheeto grease on it. Like, I'm just imagining like this fat dude like, oh, I found the Mew.
Hey, stop making fun of me.
But I don't see you eating Doritos, so.
So you have to hold the Joy-Con like level point. You have to point it at the Pokemon when you're playing it in TV mode, and then you have to click the button to say that you're ready, and you hold your controller still, and then you bring it back and you just do like a throwing motion.
You just throw. The cool thing.
Go ahead.
The cool thing is that you can have another person join you, so you can have both of your Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And it can double your Pokemon battles. Yeah. So if you're fighting against somebody, you can totally just own them without them knowing. You have two Pokemon, you can just double team them.
So we did do this by accident. I didn't even realize this was a feature, and I was playing the game and Caroline had her Pokeball and she turned it on, and all of a sudden this character just appeared out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck is going on? And then Caroline started moving the character around. I was like, oh, it's a 2-player game.
I didn't know that until like I was trying to play with my Eevee and it wouldn't turn on. I was like, are you dead? And then I had this thought that since I knew that you could turn on the game, it said that if a game is on, you can't play with the Pokemon in your Pokeball. So I thought somebody was playing the game. So I came out into the living room and saw you guys playing. That
makes sense. Yeah. Well, that was kind of fun. The only thing I didn't like about it is that we were using twice the amount of balls. Yeah, like... So I ran out of balls faster. The cool thing is if you both can get an excellent throw, and what an excellent throw is if you've played Pokemon Go before, you know the there's a circle.
There's a circle around the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that goes down.
That shrinks within the center of the bigger circle.
Yeah.
And the smaller the circle gets,
the better accuracy you can get.
If you get it within the center of that small circle.
So if you both get it, like if you both throw the Pokeball and they touch each other.
At the same time.
They can make like a fusion Goku weird Pokeball, and it could like double the amounts.
And that's awesome because you have to sit there and like, okay, Caroline, you ready? Ready? Click the button and then, okay, 3, 2, 1, throw. And we have to time it. So there is a layer of cooperative play that you kind of have to think your way through. Because otherwise, if we're throwing the balls at separate times, one of us might connect and the other one might not connect. And if we're trying to catch a harder to catch
it's
Pokemon,
usually me. And I'm like, go. And I'm like, and you've already thrown it and like, oh.
It's hard to time it. We don't have a system down yet.
No.
But yeah, I mean, once those balls fuse, you have a bigger or stronger chance of catching the Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that might be useful when we go to catch legendaries at the end of the game.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about in Pokemon Ultra Moon and Sun, you can after you beat the game or you get to a certain point in the game.
Yeah.
You can the legendaries in the game, you can get onto them. You can travel to the Moon or Sun altar, and there's like a giant warp hole, like a wormhole, and if you click on it, you can go around through different timelines or like different universes.
Right.
And depending on like how good the portal was, you can find a legendary Pokemon from other games. And so like the older Pokemon, like I encountered Moltres, you saw that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing was it started playing the old music from like the first game.
From the Game Boy version.
Yeah,
the same
cool.
The same song, like unchanged.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was so cool.
It was cool. It was like a nice little Easter egg thrown in there.
Like a nice for somebody who feels really nostalgic for the Pokemon games.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to you play. I was like, wait a second. Why is that song playing?
Yeah, I was like, what happened to the music? and then it hit me, like, it hit me because it sounded all pixelated and 8-bit.
Yeah,
8-bit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that is genius. Like, I thought they completely forgot about the other games and just like they moved on, you know. So it was kind of cool to see that feature in the game.
I thought it was cool too.
Yes, it was amazing.
I do want to mention something else about that Pokeball Plus accessory. I was concerned whenever they announced the game initially that how are you going to prevent people throwing a Pokeball at a TV and busting your brand new 4K TV? So I was worried about that. And same thing with the Joy-Con.
It's like a Wii remote.
Yeah. So they did something really cool to kind of remedy this. And can you tell us how they set this ball up to prevent that from happening?
So there's a cord on the Pokeball where you can adjust it, and then you can tighten it up so it can stay on your hand. Yep. And then there's a little ring on there, so you can put it on your finger.
On your finger,
so it's like double protection, so you don't throw it at your TV or somebody's eye and accidentally catch them.
So I thought that double feature was actually really genius, because I thought, well, yeah, you can put the strap on there and wrap it around your wrist, but if you don't tighten it, somebody doesn't tighten it, you can still kind of launch that thing off of your hand.
Well, it kind of
because you're doing a throw motion, and something could happen. I think it's good enough, but something still could happen. So they add that extra layer of protection with putting the ring on there. So there's another ring attached to the string that goes around your finger. Yeah. So you have something on your wrist and something on your finger. So whenever you throw it, it's
double protection.
Yeah, it's literally not going to leave your hand. You could throw the ball like physically actually throw it, and it won't come off. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the Joy-Con, if you're playing with the Joy-Con, you still need to use a wrist strap. I haven't been, but I've been sitting kind of carefully back at my couch. And
you want to be careful too if you have small fingers. Yeah, that probably won't be very good. because if you don't have the thing very tightened and you just have like these short fingers and you're just like,
do you find the game difficult to play using that small little ball Pokeball?
Well, if you're using it for your non-dominant hands, then yes,
because it's
very
really
hard.
it's really small. Like,
but once you get a hold of it with your usual hand that you use, which is my right hand, you can play with it better, and it's easier.
To me, it seems like because it's so small, it's hard to grab onto. So it'd be harder to move your thumb around on the joystick to.
I mean, if you have giant hands,
like me,
yeah, it won't fit.
So, what do you think about this game overall?
Oh, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Really?
Yes, it's amazing.
In comparison to the other Pokemon games that you've played, where would you put it?
That's a hard question. Maybe first?
Really?
It's either first or second.
Behind what?
Pokemon X would be third. And if Pokemon Go Let's Go Eevee would be first, and it would be behind the Ultra Sun and Moon and the normal one.
So you like Ultra Sun and Moon?
Yeah,
I think you
cool.
played those quite a bit.
Yeah. It has long stories.
Yeah, the storyline is... That was my biggest complaint about that game, is the storyline. I didn't care about the storyline, and you can't skip it. And that game does not favor your time whatsoever. Every battle takes forever. Every animation, like whenever you start a battle, the characters do these weird kind of dances or something to show you that they're ready to fight.
Well, I kind of like that, because I don't like when in the Pokemon X and Y series, you just see this picture of them. They're just like there.
I almost prefer that now, because I like the animation, but it slows everything down so much.
Yeah,
like,
I feel it kind of adds more characteristic to them instead
when
of
you're
just staring at a picture.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of lets them look blank and weird and creepy.
I found myself playing the game. I found that I was spending more time watching these dumb animations than I was actually like catching Pokemon or leveling up my Pokemon, because that's ultimately what I was trying to do. And so I felt like everything was trying to slow me down. And then every 2 steps, it seemed like there would be another story. And I have to sit there and watch these 2 people talk about something that I don't care about. It's like...
But then sometimes you skip them and it's really important. You're like, oh, wait, what am I doing?
So for the most part, I'll start reading it and then I'll kind of like lose interest and then just start skipping the dialogue altogether. I find the dialogue in that game to be like long, drawn out, and not very interesting.
Kind of dramatic. I feel like, like whenever Lily and her mother, that was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, all that.
And his emo brother or sister Galadion, he looks like he's strangling his arm most of the time. He's like, I was like, what are you doing? What did he do to you?
And then the Team Skull bad guy.
Yeah, they look like hipster version of Team Rocket.
I'm not a fan of Team Skull whatsoever. They're weird. It was a good game, and I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I'm done with the story, actually, because maybe I can spend more time collecting some legendaries and stuff, because I understand there's some good legendaries. And the Ultra Beasts, I haven't found any Ultra Beasts yet.
I found like 2 of them so far.
Wow. But I had to actually turn off the battle animations too to try to help speed up those battles. So yeah, it's Sun and Moon is fun. They're okay games. To give you an idea, it took me 2 years to beat Sun. I got that game when you got it, and I just now beat it. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just because you lost interest to it.
Yeah.
And
I would start playing it, lose interest. Get interested again, start playing it again, lose interest. And that happened.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of story. I had a fire type and like a whole team kind of based off of fire types.
Yeah.
So I had to fight like this ranch girl who had like this Mudstole Dale, and she like overpowered me. Like, whenever I tried to defeat her, she would always, like, get me down to, like, 1 Pokemon, even though I'm still on the first Pokemon. I'm like, how are you doing this? And then finally, I beat it because, I was, like, I almost had all of her Pokemon down, and then I was about to die, so I rage quit and shut my thing, and I came back to it later and somehow beat her. I was like...
Weird.
And that took me like forever. That's why I quit playing that Pokemon game specifically because it was super
Too hard.
Yes, it was annoying.
Well, Caroline, I think we're gonna close it off there. I'm glad you liked your Pokemon game.
Yes.
I like it too, honestly. I want to say that it's up there among some of my favorite Pokemon games.
I'm looking forward to trying the other games too.
I am as well.
I want to try the older games.
I would like to see them use this same formula with more Pokemon, because this Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu only have the original gen.
Yeah.
The first gen Pokemon and none of the others.
Yeah.
I would like to see the second, third gen. Anything after that, I'm not really. I could do without. I'm not a huge fan of those. So anyway, Caroline, thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Hello there.
Hello there.
You're listening to
Podcast.
You're listening to Just a Big Gaming. I'm your host, Ryan Chumpy Crash Reynolds, and this is your other host tonight,
Hello.
Fat Big Wone right here. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Good.
Yeah. So, did we just have Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you get for Christmas?
Hulkbuster.
A Hulkbuster. That's exciting. So, we're gonna make this pretty quick tonight. Malone.
Yeah.
Fat Big. You like video games?
Yeah.
What video games do you like?
Spider-Man, Bitchy Racing.
Spider-Man and Bidgey Racing? Tell me about playing Spider-Man.
He swings the web.
Yeah, what else?
Beats up bad guys.
What kind of bad guys?
A lot of bad guys with different suits. Like some bad guys with white masks. And bad guys with orange suits.
Really? Are there even more bad guys than that?
No, just those bad guys sometimes.
It's just those bad guys sometimes.
Yeah, and big bad guys too.
Lots of big bad guys? Cool. So,
We already beat Dr. Octopus.
we already beat Dr. Octopus. Come here. So, what Spider-Man suit was your favorite?
All of them.
All of them? Yeah. Where are you going? You gonna hide now? Alright, so now it's just me. I'm alone on the show. There he is. It's me and there he So, do you like movies too?
Yes.
Cool. Did you get to watch Black Panther last week?
Yeah, but we didn't we finished it. We didn't finish the one with Hulkbuster and Spider-Man and Hulk and Black Panther.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's the one we didn't finish yet.
Yeah, and 4.
Did you know that after Malone finished watching Black Panther, if you can see on the camera this big cut on my cheek, he attacked me like he was Black Panther and cut me with his claws, didn't you? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So, you got Hulkbuster for Christmas. You've been playing a lot of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What else have you been doing with your time?
Playing with Hulkbuster a lot.
Just playing with Hulkbuster a whole lot?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do you let Tilly play with you? Yeah?
Yeah. What she wants to play, we'll fight together.
Cool.
But she hurts me a lot and scratches me.
Oh, well, she's a tough bird. Oh, she's... Is that what Tilly did to you? That's called the Fishhook. Actually, let go of your mouth and stay. See how close to the camera you are like that? Well, you don't need to get closer to the camera. There, now everybody can see you. You just want to sit on my knee? Come here. Sit on my leg. Yeah, that's perfect. So, on Spider-Man, what kind of special attacks can you do? Alright, I had a little bit of technical difficulty there because Crazy Fat Big turned into Black Panther for a second and started jumping around like an insane person and pulled the camera off the ledge, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Ow! That hurts. What did we do today?
Play a lot of video games.
You played a lot of video games? What did we do tonight?
Play.
Did you get a new kitty cat tonight? What's his name? C3PO. He's already had like 6 names, right? He's been Chip, and Scooter, C3PO, Radio,
And Bartleby.
Bartleby. So maybe we need the viewers and the listeners to vote on what you should name your new kitty cat. What do you think? We should name him all of them. I agree. That kitty cat would have a whole lot of names, though. Did you remember all those names? Did you hear Tilly squealing in there? Are you done being interviewed? Are you done talking? Do you want to talk some more? Alright, I guess Malone's done being interviewed. He was just... Oh, there it goes again. He was telling me that he was too hot and sweaty, so...
You're supposed
We're gonna let him go. Where can they find us? Say.
Online.
Online?
Yeah.
Where at? Say it. www.
Dot.
jabgcast.com. Also, follow us on Instagram. You heard, he knows everything. www.jabgcast.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. What do you know about social media? Alright, well, thanks for listening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Daddy.
Next, we have Libby. Hi, Libby.
Hi.
Are you a little bit shy?
No, I don't know how to do this.
That's okay. I can help you out. So we just had Christmas, and you got some games, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You got one game.
You said tons. It was like you said tons of games. I only got one.
Well, you're not big into playing video games, though, are you?
I am.
You like certain games, but you're not.
Because when I came back here, I was playing a game.
Yeah, right. But you were playing
The Forest.
The Forest. Yeah. So tell me about The Forest. I know Katie already told me about it, but I want to hear it from your perspective. What do you like about The Forest?
I like how you can play with people.
Yeah.
And I was playing with these two guys. When I was gonna come back here, these guys, I had to jump down into a pit because we went into a cave, but I was stuck in a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to. It was like a broken one down in the pit, so I had to jump down in the pit so they could revive me.
Oh, okay. So,
Or else the cannibals will eat you instead.
this game, why do you like this game?
I like the cannibals in the game.
Is it scary?
No.
You said that really quick, like you were not trying to be scared, but maybe it is scary.
It's not.
Okay.
But sometimes it is because you don't know when they're coming.
So it
But
keeps you on the edge of your seat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't know. But actually, you kind of do know because when you hear them screaming,
Mhm.
it's a weird scream that they do, and you know when they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I like to join people's games. People like to join me.
and do you help them build their forts?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And help them survive?
I help them.
Do you guys go try to find your son, Timmy?
I think that's what the game is about, but in the game, I found Timmy's toy broken.
Really?
I found 2 parts of Timmy's broken toy. I never knew he had a toy. Because it said Timmy.
So you're finding clues to help you find Timmy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I think at the end of the game you find Timmy and he's dead and he might have turned into a cannibal because there's a red guy. You're on a ship and it crashes and this red guy takes Timmy and you're supposed to know what. And he had this little girl that died and he has this machine, the girl, and he's trying to use Timmy to revive her.
Yeah.
That's what
So he's a mad scientist, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was just all bloody and when you feel the plane crash, you're the only one alive and you see this red guy take Timmy away from you.
So you have to go rescue Timmy, but also survive from the cannibals and stuff.
Yeah.
So you really like this game, though, because you like to play with other people and you like the kind of tense feeling it gives you with trying to survive, right?
I used to be scared, but until Katie was gone and I went to go play the computer for like a long time because you guys went to go see Bumblebee and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So after that, I got to play on the computer for a long time,
Yeah.
and I find I was never on peaceful now.
Yeah.
Peaceful is where you don't have any of those cannibals or anything.
So it's just you trying to survive without enemies.
Cannibals, but you still have to survive.
Watch your food and watch your water and all that.
You gotta know. And if you get dehydrated, then you can die from it.
Yeah. So tell me then about the other game that you got for Christmas.
Spyro's Adventure.
Tell me about that. Do you like it?
Yeah.
You haven't played it as much as The Forest, I've noticed. That game.
I know, because Owen always takes the TV.
We have to fight over electronics around here, don't we?
Yes.
There's 6 of us in a house, and we all.
Is this chair broken? Because it keeps on going down.
It is broken, and I'm gonna have to try to fix it.
Because it keeps on going up and down for me.
So, did you know that Spyro was a remake of an old game?
What was that?
A hiccup. Whoops. Did you know that Spyro was a remake of an old game?
What game?
Spyro.
Spyro's Adventure?
Spyro the Dragon, and then Spyro 2 and then Spyro 3.
I know, they from Skylanders they took Spyro for just to make Skylanders.
Yeah. So I think it would be kind of cool that after you play through the Spyro's Adventure on this remake, that you play it on the old system and see if you can find the similarities between the two. I think it'd be kind of cool.
After this, I want to take the TV from Owen and play
Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro is pretty fun. I have to admit. I didn't play it when I was younger, when it first came out.
But it's hard to play. It's hard. It's kind of hard because you know those guys that run around with the egg?
They're hard to catch, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty fast.
But the game, I don't think the game is really that hard. I mean, you have your fire and you can charge into stuff and the enemies, and then you can glide.
The first time I got an egg I was just trying to run into him until once I ran and he didn't stop running, but then I just accidentally stopped and got fire at him.
And you got him?
Yeah.
Wow.
I accidentally did.
What's the sound that he makes?
Yeah.
What about rescuing the dragons? That's always really fun.
Yeah, you have to find the dragons.
And you have to rescue them from their tomb of...
Yeah, this monster guy was watching a show, and then he was like he got this weird thing and did something to all of these dragons.
Yeah.
Except for Spyro. I don't. Yeah. I
don't know why Spyro didn't get it, but everybody else did.
I know, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so at the very beginning of the game, the reason why Spyro was even trying to rescue the dragons is because they were taunting, I guess, this bad guy, and this bad guy just turned all the dragons into stone.
Why does he want all? If he said all of them, then why did he only leave one?
I don't know. Maybe Spyro's special. Maybe because he doesn't look like the other dragons. He's a smaller dragon.
So he probably thought that wasn't a dragon. That was just a statue.
Or maybe, yeah. Or I don't know. Maybe it only works on adult dragons. And maybe Spyro's a kid dragon.
Spyro's up there. You can go get him down.
I got a Spyro down up there as well.
Can you get him down?
Okay.
We can show him. Wait, is this thing already starting?
There he is.
He's a Spyro.
I have a Spyro the dragon.
Daddy, you farted.
I didn't fart.
Why did it sound like it?
It's the chair.
I heard one, though. Now he can talk.
All right, Libby. Thanks for joining me today.
No, we're not done.
What? You got more?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I want to talk about more games. That was a short podcast.
What other games do you want to talk about? Libby, thanks for joining me on the show. And yeah, did you have fun?
No. Yes.
You little brat. All right, bye, Libby. We're back. And with me now is the youngest. That's Owen. Hi, Owen.
Hi.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
So I understand that you got some things for Christmas.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
So I got a Fitbit
Yeah.
But I can't show you all of the things because it's dead right now.
Oh, okay. We got to charge it, don't we?
Yeah.
What is up with this Fitbit, man? You got to tell me about it.
So you can play games,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's one called Mouse Cheese, and you get all of the cheese.
Yeah.
And
How do you play it? Do you just tap the screen?
Yeah.
So it's a touch screen?
Yeah.
And you have to touch the cheese so the mouse can get the cheese?
Yeah.
So what else is on this Fitbit?
And
It's a VTech DX2 watch.
yeah.
And what else can you do on it?
And Mouse Cheese, you can you try to find the key, and you got to find the door to unlock it. So you need to do 2 rounds to unlock the door.
Yeah.
And you gotta do 2 rounds to win it.
Uh-huh.
And there's one game called Maze Trap. In Maze Trap, you try to get the pictures right.
Oh, okay. Is it like a puzzle game?
Yeah.
That's cool. You also, what else can you do with this watch? I noticed that there's a couple of cameras on there.
Yeah. Right here there's a camera, and right here
So there's a selfie camera, so you can
Yeah.
take pictures of yourself.
Yeah.
And there's also a camera on the side, so you can take pictures of other people or other things that you can look at.
look. You can do that.
You can fasten the watch onto your wrist.
Hold on, I need to go get something.
Well, hold on. Let's finish this up. We got to talk about this watch. You also got the ability to take video and audio, and we can take all that and put it on the computer and watch it later. And does it count your steps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it do any other cool things?
Yeah.
Like what?
It can count your jumping.
You're jumping? Because I noticed that when you're wearing this, you seem to run a lot more. Why do you do that?
Because it counts when you run.
And when you run, are you winning on a game on here or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. You've been wanting this watch for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah.
You were asking me about it over the summer.
Yeah.
And I said, you just have to wait until Christmas. And
Yeah.
you waited and you got it now. So I'm excited for you, buddy.
Can I go get something?
What did you get now?
Hold on.
Okay, go get it. Okay, and you're back.
And I also got this bumblebee
Nice.
from Christmas.
Yeah?
And then you gotta
He's a transformer, right?
yeah.
And you just figured out how to do it? Why is this bumblebee so special?
Because
Did we just go watch the movie
yeah.
and you really loved it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's one cool trick. So you put it on
Mm-hmm.
and then push it down.
Yeah.
That's one cool trick.
I also noticed you're wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
Yeah.
We went and watched Spider-Man too, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Which movie was your favorite?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
That's okay. I like both too. Also, you got one other video game for Christmas.
Yeah.
What video game was that?
It's called Spyro
Spyro.
Adventures.
Yeah. What do you think of that? It's Spyro, the Spyro trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that game?
Good.
Yeah. Did you know that game is a remake of an older game called the old Spyro games that were out on the PlayStation?
I forgot to talk about the movie about Bumblebee.
Well, why don't you tell us very briefly about it without spoiling anything, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was this girl's birthday,
Yeah.
and she did really want a car,
Yeah.
so she just got it, and then he just showed her that he can turn into Bumblebee,
Yeah.
and
she was scared, and then they just become best friends. And then when like there's somebody behind her, he transformed to a car.
So he hides.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's his ability to hide from other humans, so he doesn't always look like a robot.
And then he did have like eggs, and then he just like smashed it on the car, and then he was jumping on the car.
That was funny, huh?
And then the car was beeping, and then the girl came out and was like, "Mom,
What happened to my car?"
yeah."
What about Spider-Man? What happened in Spider-Man?
Almost done with Bumblebee.
Okay, sorry.
And then there's like Bumblebee has team, and then Bumblebee there's like bad Transformers and good Transformers.
Yep.
And there's like this tower.
That's getting into the end of the movie. We can't talk about the end of the movie. You don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, there's like Peter Parker. There's 2 Peter Parkers.
What? No.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we just went to go watch it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Who is the main character in this Spider-Man? Remember his name?
There's one guy that's so big. His name is
You talking about the bad guy?
yeah.
The bad guy? Kingpin.
No, not Kingpin.
The Goblin?
Yeah, Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And
Didn't you see? Wasn't there like a bunch of different Spider-Man people?
yeah.
So you had Miles, right?
Yeah.
He was learning how to become Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then we had Spider-Gwen.
Mhm.
And we had Penny Parker. She's the one who had the robot.
Yeah.
Peter Porker. He was the pig.
Yeah. I love the pig. He's funny.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man Noir. He was the guy who was all in black and white.
Who was that?
Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in black and white, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did have to leave their friend to beat like the bad people,
Mm-hmm.
so he can't like get hurt. And there's like this thing in the pocket, and there's like it's like a Spider-Man charger.
Yeah.
And then they try to like put it in.
Plug it in.
Yeah, plug it in. And wait, what's the big giant guy's name?
Which one?
It's not Green Goblin.
Are you talking about Kingpin?
Yeah, and Kingpin almost like, and he just crashed somebody.
He's so bad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the family ran away
Yeah.
because his family was scared if he was going to beat them up.
He was pretty mean, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He scared his family away.
Yeah.
Owen, thanks for joining me on this podcast.
And there's one more thing.
Okay, what you got?
So there's one game called Finding Bigfoot.
Okay. Yeah, Katie told me about that. You like that game?
Yeah.
All right. Owen, say goodbye to everybody, and thanks for joining us.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Well, thanks for listening to the last show of 2018, and I hope you enjoyed it and got to hear a little bit about some of the games that our kids got to play. We had a great Christmas holiday season, and we hope you do as well. If you guys enjoyed the show, please follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. You can go to, look us up. It's at JabGcast. It's JABCAST. You can also go to jabgcast.com where you can find links to the show. We're on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find us podcasts. So thanks for listening, guys. See you next time.